guys, I'm dead. I was literally like talking to the camera for a good 10 minutes just now. Thinking that the camera was recording, but yes. Anyways, we're recording now. Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today we're going to be doing a hair and makeup tutorial. I have a new wig that I'm going to be installing today from Ashimary Hair. I've never tried this hair company before, but I am excited to give this wig a run. When I first got this wig in, I was like really impressed. The lace is pretty thin and very soft, and this is a 13 by 4 or 13 by 6. We've got a lot of like room for styling here. I think it's a body wave wig in 24 inches. All of the information for this hair I'm just going to go ahead and leave down below in the description box. So if you guys are interested in checking it out, then just make sure to look down below in the description box. I still have my braids in from my last install, but I think I might go ahead and take them out after this wig install, because I've had these braids on for like a week, and a little over a week now, and it's just like time for a wash day. This lock is getting so long. So I'm gonna start applying or putting on my first wig cap. I like to use 2. So we're gonna go ahead and secure this wig cap first. I'm gonna be using the Got to Be High Insta Hold hairspray like I always do, because this stuff is the bomb. So I'm just gonna spray this on the edges of like my wig cap here, and just use like my finger to spread it. I feel like I've done so much this morning. I really haven't, but I went for my run this morning before coming in to film. Usually I'll run between like maybe 3 to 5 miles depending like on how I'm feeling. Like today I ran a little over 3 miles. I was really happy with like my timing today. My pace was a little bit faster than normal. Usually when I'm like on my jogs, especially if I'm going on a longer jog, my pace is usually around like 10:15, 10:18 on average, but today I like averaged like 9:42, so I was like moving a lot faster today, and I felt really good about it too. Like as I was jogging, like I felt really strong. I didn't feel like super tired or anything like that towards the end. I feel like super like energized. Like anytime I go for a run in the morning, like I always feel like super energized after. So if I seem like a bit like, you know, kind of excited, it's probably because of that. Okay, so that's dried completely. If I could give you any tip about like this step in particular, it's just to make sure your hairspray is all the way dry. Last video, I did the bald cap method, and I didn't let like the hair or the hairspray dry all the way, like in one particular spot, and you can just see the wig cap starting to like push back like as I was like cutting it away. I was like, no! Just cutting all of this away now. And I'm just following the shape of my natural hairline and trying to cut as like close to that edge as I possibly can. I'm so glad I'm able to like go for like runs again. The air quality here has been like really bad from the fires. I'm not one to run on a treadmill. I actually hate treadmills. I can't stand the idea of like running in place and going nowhere like that. That just completely like blows my mind for some reason. Like I hate treadmills so much. I don't even care like what the temperature is. Like it can be blazing hot outside. I'd still prefer to run outside versus running on a treadmill. I've noticed this about myself for a long time. Like whenever I'm not like regularly working out like I know I can and should be, like I feel guilty. Like I feel so guilty inside. So I'm glad that the air is starting to clear up and get a little bit better, so it's more comfortable to run outside. A couple of days ago, I tried to, you know, go for a run, and you can literally feel like just the debris in the air like inside of your chest. Like it was so uncomfortable. So today it was like a lot better though. I accidentally burned a hole through my lace here. I can't believe I just did that with my hot comb. I think I need to get a new hot comb actually, because that thing gets like super hot, and I don't think it's supposed to get that hot. It makes me feel like maybe the like the temperature gauge is broken or something. So I think I need to get a new hot comb. So we're gonna go back in with our hairspray, that Got to Be High Insta Hold one, and just start securing this lace down. anything too crazy like to style this hair. I think I'm just gonna do some like curls and call it a day. I'm just not creative when it comes to hair. Like if I have like a hairstyle in mind that I want to do, it's usually because it's inspired by like a hairstylist and they came up with the hairstyle and I'm just like, ooh, I want to recreate that. Okay, I think I'm just going to do some curls. Do like a side part or something and just do some curls. So I'm gonna add some edges now. I'm just gonna push everything kind of like back so I can grab some hairs and like style them into like my edges and everything. I think I'm just gonna start like right in here. Just grab like a few strands. I'm not really going for like a super styled edge. I want to kind of keep it natural today. Kind of like how I did my edges in my last video. So I'm just going to cut them pretty short. And then using the same hairspray, I literally use this hairspray for everything. So I'm going to use it to lay these edges down. I've been watching Legendary. I've never heard anybody talk about this show, but it's a really amazing show on HBO and it focuses on ballroom, not like waltzing or whatever. I'm talking about like ballroom, like voguing, like that type of thing. Megan Thee Stallion is actually a judge. Like they have like guest judges come on, which I think was really cool. Like the last episode that I watched, Winnie Harlow was a guest judge. Like I think the show is like amazing and really cool. Like I love the concept of it. Let me just say to you, like the looks that everybody like serves in this show is insane. Everyone is just serving looks and it's like been such an inspiration for me like artistically. Competition days will have like themes behind them and everything, so everyone's dressing up and like different stuff or whatever, and I'm just like, man, it's so cool. Like if you guys haven't watched the show, I highly recommend like checking it out because it's such a good show. Just seeing like everybody like dance, like the looks, like, oh my god, it's just such a moment. Like watching the show is amazing. I love it. I think for one day they did like, you know, under the sea type of thing. There was one house that basically dressed up as jellyfish. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. It's literally like such an inspiration hearing like some of their stories and like where they started from and seeing where they are right now. It just reminds you like, you know, that no matter like what kind of like hard times you're going through, don't give up, don't take no for an answer. Like everything will get better. You just have to stick through it and, you know, keep pushing. So I'm just gonna go in with my curling wands now and just get some curls going through this hair now. I actually need to get a new curling wand because I've been wanting to get a larger one because I do like to wear my wigs on like, you know, normal days or whatever when I'm not filming, but I don't really like to go in and, you know, do like extreme styling and stuff. And that's the reason why I usually gravitate towards curly hair, because there's less to do when it comes to styling. This curling wand is pretty old. I think I got it from like Marshall's or like TJ Maxx or like one of those places. But it is a 1-inch like curling wand, just in case you need the barrel size for reference. It's 1 inch. I've been kind of wearing my hair like this a lot lately on like days where I'm not filming, and I really like the way it looks. It's just like super cute and kind of like effortless once you comb everything out. So for this part, I like to go like this. I'm still pulling the hair away from my face, but I'm just holding it horizontally, like the curling wand, I'm holding it horizontally versus like vertically. And it kind of creates like a roll there. And I'm just gonna do that for all of this hair at the top of the head. And then from there, I'll bring everything forward and just comb everything out. Just using a wide tooth comb, but sometimes I'll use like my Denman brush. Just kind of depends on like what's closest. I don't think it really matters all that much. And this is kind of like the style that I've been rocking for like the last couple of weeks. And then just to kind of like touch up and just kind of give like the hair a little bit of hold, I'm gonna go in with my hairspray again. I'm telling you guys, I use this mess for everything. I'm gonna go back in with my hairspray and I'm just gonna like, just very lightly, nothing crazy, just to kind of keep it out the face. It's funny because back in high school, I used to love when my hair was like in my face and like covering my eyes and everything. Like nowadays, I'm just like, get out of the way. Because one of like my biggest peeves is when like your hair gets in like your lip gloss. Ugh. Guys, that's pretty much it for the hair. I love the way that this wig came out. It's super cute. The hair texture is super soft. Like I mentioned earlier, any questions or, you know, information that you guys would want about this hair, I'm gonna put it all down below in the description box. Just make sure to check there if you guys have any questions. But I'm loving the way that this wig came out. Like, I feel like the hair texture is really, really pretty. The quality of the hair is really nice. Like, it's super soft. We'll see today like how well it holds a curl and everything, but so far I'm really, really liking this hair. Like, it's super cute. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the hair. Let's go ahead and move on to the makeup part. I went ahead and did one eye off camera, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Honestly, I am loving the way that this look came out. These last couple of like looks that I've been doing, I've been really trying to kind of like just go with the flow almost. And so far it's been like going really well. It's been going really well. Like, I just kind of did this off the top of my head. Like, and it just like, it flowed together so well. I don't know what the heck it is, but I'm definitely gonna just keep doing what I'm doing, because I mean, this is too cute. I know I'm gassing myself up right now, but like, this is cute. Okay, let me stop. So as usual, I'm gonna be priming and just carving the like underside of like my brow real quick. So to carve the brow, I'm gonna use the Make Up Forever Matte Velvet Skin Concealer in shade 4.5, and then to prime I'm going to use the Be Perfect Prime eyeshadow base. These two together have been like my combo for the last like, you know, I want to say like month or so. Usually when I find something that works, like I'll just like stick with it until I find something else that works. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and carve underneath the brows first, and then I'll add my primer. So I went ahead and asked you guys to ask me some questions on Instagram for me to answer while I do like this chit chat, and I totally forgot about them, and I just remembered like as I was doing like my off-camera eye. So somebody asked best affordable or high-end brushes you need. In my opinion, I would definitely have to say Morphe. The Morphe M506 and M507, I've been using those two brushes for years. Like, it's literally been years now, like, which is kind of bizarre to me, because I don't know if I've used any products like for years like that. And then for high-end brushes, I usually turn to Sigma. Their F80 brush, I think it is, like that flat buffing brush for foundation. That one's amazing. They have like a, I don't know if this is a new brush, but this brush is bomb. They just sent this to me like about a couple weeks ago, I think. I think this is a new brush if I'm not mistaken, because I've never heard of this line before. This is from their multitasker line, I think it is, but this is the F47. This brush right here, this brush is amazing. I would definitely say for high-end brushes though, like I definitely turn towards Sigma, especially when it comes to face brushes. You know what's another good one too? Real Techniques. They're a good affordable brush line. I'm trying to think of another high-end brand. Luxie also has some great like brushes as well. I do believe they have like a mixture of like synthetic and natural hair brushes, but I like their face brushes. If I need to use like other eye brushes or something, like it gets kind of tricky. I'll use a little bit of everything. Inside my little brush bag right here, like there's for my eye brushes, like there's BH Cosmetics, there's Beauty Bay, there's Makeup Addiction, you know, there's some other Morphe brushes, there's Sigma, there's like, you know, there's other brands in there that when it comes to like blending eyeshadows, it's definitely the M506 and the M507. I don't really stray away from there. And my Crown C200 brush. This brush right here is literally like the only fluffy brush that I use all the time because it's amazing. So my eyes are primed and my concealer is on. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into shadows. I'm gonna be using the Playing with Makeup by Yolando x Beats by Deb palette again today. I used this in my last tutorial, but I didn't really use like too many colors. So now I really wanna use this palette. I'm gonna go in first with this shade here, here, called Snickers. I'm gonna go in with that color first. And I think I'm gonna mix in a little bit of King, and I'm gonna apply this onto the outer corner, and I'm also gonna drag it into the crease here. I am doing a more winged shape today, so I'm just gonna make sure to take this in a like winged shape. But I'm using a Morphe M506, so, and I'm just gonna start very, very gently applying that onto the crease and outer corner. So somebody asked, are you coming out with a new palette anytime soon? Not that I know of. I mean, God's got plans. I don't really know. I would hope like very soon, because I'd love to come out with an eyeshadow palette. Honestly, this palette that Beats by Deb did with Playing in Makeup by Yolando, like this really inspired me to just, you know, kind of get an idea of like what I would want a palette of mine to even look like. I know even for me, I'll skip between like 2 different palettes or 3 different palettes to get like a look that I'm going for. And you know, in your head, you're just kind of like thinking to yourself, dang, I just wish all the colors that I really wanted were in one palette. At this point, I would probably start thinking about what type of colors I would want in a palette. So that way when that time does come, it's already like, you know, thought out. So next color, I'm gonna go into the Ace Beauty Nostalgia palette. So this palette right here, I'm gonna go into the shade right here. The shade is called Hiking, and I'm gonna use that on another Morphe M506. And I'm gonna start blending that into the crease as well. I'm basically just gonna gently graze the edges of that dark brown that we just applied to start blending that out. So I'm just blending out this outer edge of that dark brown that we applied before using that shade Hiking from the Ace Beauty palette. Once I have the color on and like the pigmentation that I want, I'll go back in with my previous brush that I used to apply the dark brown and just like redefine that dark brown. These, oh, it's just amazing like how beautifully these shadows blend out. Like I truly love Ace Beauty. I like their eyeshadows, like they're really amazing. I think that's like one brand that I would love to collab with for like a palette. Speak that into existence. Just because I know their eyeshadow quality, like I know how it performs and I love it. Like there's literally nothing bad that I can say about their eyeshadows. They literally blend like a dream. They're super pigmented. Man, that would be amazing, a collab with Ace Beauty. Or Ace Beauty. I think it's Ace Beauty. I'm gonna do some research on that because I hate the fact that I might be saying it wrong. Like that really bugs me. I'm gonna move on to my third crease color. I'm gonna go back into the Beats by Deb palette and I'm gonna use the shade here called Tangerine Things. Just going to buff out the edge of that previous shade. And same as before, I'm just gently grazing the edges. But this time I'm really gonna start to like pull that eyeshadow way out because this is our last color. So we can really pull this like outward. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to cutting my crease. I'm just going back in with the same eyeshadow primer that I used for to prime my eyes, so the Be Perfect one. And I'm just gonna cut my crease with that using my Simply Simmons Filbert number 10 brush. I did my cut crease, so now I'm just dragging whatever is left on my brush and on the lid, like outward, like into the outer corner. I'm not taking it all the way into the outer corner. I'm just gonna stop like right about there. Then I'm gonna go in with another like flat brush and just kind of blend that out. Wait, did I just use the wrong brush? No, okay, I'm good. Jeez, I was about to say. So I'm just gonna blend out those edges really quickly. I'm also gonna blend out this outer corner right over here because I kind of left this part like open almost on the other side. So I'm gonna go back in with this shade Hiking right here. So this color, I'm going to use that on the outer corner first. Oh, wrong here. And I'm just using the same M506 that I used to apply this color on the crease. And I'm gonna go back in with my darkest brown, and then I'll go in and buff out the edge. I find that adding that first, or that lighter outer corner color first, and then going in with the darkest outer corner color just makes it everything like, you know, come out like smoother, you know, like the blend is a lot smoother. And then I'll add my lid eyeshadow. So for the lid, I'm gonna go back into the Nostalgia palette, and I'm gonna take this shade right here called Beach. I'm using a M522 to apply this, also from Morphe. And I'm just gonna, oh wait, before I do that, I'm gonna blend out my crease because we don't wanna set any creases because it's gonna look really crazy against a matte eyeshadow. And I'm just very gently patting the shade on. I'm then gonna go back in with that shade Tangerine Things. So the orange color that we have on that very outer edge, I'm just gonna add that to the outer corner as well. And so I'm basically just going back and forth between shadows until I get like my desired blend. I know it's a lot of like tedious like back and forth, but you know, it's what I like to do to get that blend. And I'm sorry I can't zoom you guys in a little bit more. Like this is as far as I can go, like unless I like scoot up the chair, but then my like belly is like, you know, like up against the table. It's kind of uncomfortable. But yeah, this is pretty much as zoomed in as it gets. I really apologize about that. I know like with my other camera at home, like it's a little bit closer and everything. You can really see everything, but so I do apologize about that. I hope you're able to enjoy the content regardless though, because I really do like this quality. So I'm all done with the lid. That's pretty much it for shadows. I'm just gonna go in with some liner now because I did apply a liner. I'm gonna use the Melt Cosmetics Ultra Matte Gel Liner, and this one is in the shade Burnish. It's like a brownish burgundy type of color, like a reddish brown. I was gonna show you like the swatch on my hand right there. It's that color right there, but it's really, really pretty, and I thought it would look really good with this look. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that onto the lash line. I'm gonna basically pretend like I'm making a winged liner, but I'm not gonna like finish the wing. It's gonna be like a half wing type of situation. I'm using an angled brush. Again, this is a paint brush. This isn't a regular eyeshadow brush. For the same reason that I use a paintbrush for my crease, it just holds the shape better. I think that looks good. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm gonna go back in with that outer corner brush for my darkest brown and just buff out the edge on the closest to the outer corner, so there's no like line of demarcation where it stops. Yeah, this look I feel like screams fall. I could be wrong though. You know, I could be dead wrong, but I feel like it's fall. Do you guys think it's fall? I was going for like pumpkin spice latte type of vibes. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do is add this little glitter liner that you guys see here. I'm gonna use a liquid eyeshadow. This one is from One Size Beauty. This is the Eye Popper Sparkle Vision eyeshadow, and this one's in the shade Everything and More. It's this really, really pretty color right here. I think it's like a rose gold. So I'm just gonna pop some onto the back of my hand there. I just added some right there. and because my other little pile is all dried up now. Then I'll go in with a little liner brush. This one's from Beauty Bay. This is All in the Deets. This brush actually came in a set. I'm just taking that on my liner brush and I'm basically tracing out my cut crease. Alright guys, that's it. That is it. I'm gonna go in with my mascara now. This is the L'Oreal Unlimited mascara. I really like the way that this look came out. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So next thing I'm gonna do is just add my lash. I'm using these crystal lashes today. These are in the style Maryjane. I've been using these lashes a lot lately. They're just incredibly cute. So I'm just gonna apply my lash glue, give that a second to dry, and then I'll pop these on using my tweezers. Because I know dang well I cannot apply lashes using my bare fingers. So before I go into my skin, I wanted to talk to you guys about this really dope shirt that I'm wearing today. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you've probably seen me mention Artist Untold. I believe Artist Untold is a Black owned brand as well, but they also collaborate with Black artists and they help them get their art on apparel like t-shirts and stuff like that. So for example, the shirt that I'm wearing, the art that is on this t-shirt is from the artist Uzo Njoku. I think that's how you pronounce her name, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But she is a Nigerian artist. And yeah, so they basically collaborate with Black artists, put their art on amazing t-shirts like these. You can wear them and support and everything. And I believe that, I'm not sure if it's like every like product sold or every like order or what have you, but they also are super conscious about the environment as well. And they help plant trees like with your purchases and stuff. So I just think they're a really cool brand. Like I like what they're doing as far as like helping Black artists and putting their art out there and giving them, you know, another way to make money. And they're also like environmentally conscious. Like it doesn't get much better than that. Like you're socially and environmentally conscious. Like I don't think it gets any better than that. So I wanted to just kind of like shout out, you know, give them a shout out because I just love what they're doing, you know, for the Black community and for Black artists. And I just think it's really great. And I feel like it's an amazing way to support amazing, like you can't tell me this shirt isn't like dope as hell. So yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there just in case you were kind of wondering, you know, about the shirt that I'm wearing today. And I also do have a coupon code. The last picture that I posted with their with their apparel, they DM'd me and sent me a personal like coupon code, like a personalized one. So the code for that is going to be TiffanyJ times AU10. So TiffanyJ times Artist Untold 10. I'll go ahead and put it like right over here somewhere on the screen somewhere so you guys can like have like a visual for it, and I'll make sure to put it down below in the description boxes as well. So if you go ahead and use the code, then you'll get 10% off of your purchase. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because I love like what they're doing, you know, I love the brand. I just feel like they're doing a lot of great things and I wanted to share. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the skin because I'm ready to get this skin together. Now that the eyes are done, I'm like ready to see what this looks with the skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and moisturize first because we definitely need some moisturizer today. I'm just gonna use the Laura Mercier Flawless Skin Infusion de Rose, a moisturizing glow mask, and it looks like this. This was a recommendation from Painted by Spencer, and you guys know I rave about him all the time, so I definitely want to give him his props for, you know, suggesting amazing products to use. So I'm just gonna use this to moisturize the skin for today. I put on way too much. I'm honestly so proud of like the progress that my skin has made over the last couple of months, because towards the beginning of the summer, like my skin was complete trash. Like I didn't know what the heck was going on. I didn't know like why I was breaking out. I was literally getting like cystic acne all over my cheeks. like those really icky, like under the skin type of pimples. Like my skin was just all over the place and I just couldn't figure out like what it was. I honestly feel like it's a mixture of like stress and like my like hormonal imbalances. I feel like I have that kind of like under control a little bit more these days. I haven't had like any like new breakouts or anything like that. There was like one little bump that was like I could feel like forming underneath my skin, but I tagged out real quick. I got her together real quick. I was like, no, you will not. I'm then gonna go in with like my face oil. I've been really liking face oil these days, especially like underneath like my makeup. So I'm gonna use the Milani Rose face oil. It looks like this. She's cute, she's pink. I pretty much just apply it to the cheeks and then I'll like blend it out from there. I don't really add too much to the forehead because that's kind of like an oily area. I feel like I don't really need face oil, but I'll put a little bit just, you know, so everything matches in texture. So next thing I'll go in with is the Milani Rose Primer. They just work really well together. So anytime I use the rose oil, I'll use the face primer. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of that as well onto the skin and we'll be like prepped and ready to go for foundation. I like this primer too because it's very moisturizing and I'm a little bit more on the dry side on my cheeks and everything. Don't get me wrong, I love a good blurring primer or whatever, but sometimes my skin just needs like the extra moisture. I don't use them all the time, but I definitely use them when my skin just kind of, you know, feels a little dry-ish. I've been really loving the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation from NYX. I've been using this over like the last week or so and it's just been working really well. And then I'm gonna use that Sigma F47, same brush that I mentioned earlier, and I'm gonna pat that in using that brush. I swear, I feel like I go through like phases when it comes to like my makeup. Like sometimes I'll love, you know, beauty blenders and stuff like that, and other times I'll like, you know, be obsessed with brushes. So I'm gonna move on to concealer. I'm gonna go in first with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Sucre d'Orge. I think that's how you say it. I only took like 1 year of French and that was like 10 years ago, so I could be completely wrong. I'm gonna use this to start to highlight all the, you know, areas that I typically highlight. So underneath the eyes, the forehead, the cupid's bow, the chin. I'm gonna go to Sephora and get some like more NARS concealer today because this looks so good. And I'm gonna get more of this Pat McGrath concealer. I'm gonna go in with this next in M16. This one's a little like light, so I'm just gonna add this to the inner portion of the eye. But I want to get this concealer in deeper shades. One that's maybe like closer to my skin tone, and then another that's like slightly darker than this one. So I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder. And this one's in the shade Sugar Cookie. I'm gonna use a brush to set the under eyes. No, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm using my powder puff. So I'm gonna go in with my powder puff and just gently press that into the skin. So I'm basically just baking the sides of my nose now using the Laura Mercier honey powder. It's funny, somebody asked me, like, I think on Instagram, like, hey Tiffany, like, have you tried the Laura Mercier powders? Like, do you like them? And I was like, you don't watch my tutorials because I've been using this for a long time. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I really love the new Laura Mercier powder. It basically is like the original one. It just comes in more of a yellow tone. So it's way more yellow. It has like a slight peach undertone, so it works really well to bake underneath the eyes. Before I add like my nose highlight, I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty bronzer in Cocoa Naughty. She looks like this. I've been loving this bronzer so much. Using a Sigma F40 brush, it's just like a basic like angled brush. I've been trying not to put like a lot of product on my forehead, just, you know, so everything looks more like seamless with the lace. And I'm just gonna tap that onto the cheeks. I'm kind of curious to know like what Fenty is going to be coming out for the holidays. Rihanna now has Fenty Skin, so I wonder if she's going to be doing something for like the skin line as well as the like makeup line, or if it's just going to be like makeup. Like I'm really curious to know like what she's going to do for the holidays. So now that I have my bronzer on my nose, I'll go back in with my Laura Mercier powder, that one in Honey. For this step, I don't like to go like all throughout the nose. I just go like right here, like in the middle, because my nose is actually kind of crooked. So if I were to go just add this to the entire nose, I feel like it would emphasize the crookedness of my nose. So I just like to add it where my nose is kind of like more crooked. So I'm gonna dust away this bake on the sides of my nose, but I'm gonna leave the bake on the center. What do I wanna do next? Let's do brows. For my brows, I'm basically gonna go in with my basics. I'm gonna use the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil first. I don't really do anything crazy for my brows. Like I try to keep my brows like as simple as possible these days, because I've been basically growing out my natural brow, and like I want my natural brows to just be like, you know, let them be. Like I don't want to tweeze or like razor my eyebrows anymore. To kind of complement that, I've just been going like with the fluffy brow look, you know. It's a good brow day, guys. It's a good brow day. I'm gonna go in with the 24-hour brow setter next from Benefit as well. And I'm just gonna brush that through the brows too. Brows are done. That was fast. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of these eyes because I'm ready for, you know, these eyes to be done. Let's go in with the Beats by Deb palette again, and I'm just gonna go in first with that shade Tangerine Tings right over here. That's the last color that we use on the crease, and I'm gonna start applying that to the lower lash line. I'm not gonna take it all the way to the inner corner because I don't really like to kind of, you know, go crazy with my lower lash line anymore. So I'm just going in with that orange, and I'm going on the lower lash line here. This is such a pretty color. It's not like an overly bright orange. There's one of those in there in the palette, but I like the tone of this one. Like it's a lot more like subdued. This is the Revlon So Fierce Final Eyeliner in shade Righteous Rum. This looks stunning. Oh yes. Oh yes, right there. It's like a burgundy type of color, but that is stunning. I'm gonna use that on the lash line right here and just take it into the waterline too. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. That is really, really beautiful. And then I'm gonna go in with those same two colors that we use on the crease. So Hiking from the Nostalgia palette, and also King from the Beats by Deb palette. And we're just gonna add that to the lower lash line as well. I'm gonna go in with my small little Makeup Addiction brush and just tap that over the liner to blend that out. So that's pretty much it for the eyes. I'm gonna go in with my mascara again. Same one that I use for the top lashes, the one from L'Oreal. And then I'm also gonna add my my little lower lashes that you guys know I really like. So I added a little bit of lash glue onto the back of my hand. I'm just gonna add these on using my tweezers. I'm telling you guys, if you've never tried a lower lash, you really need to. Just give it a try. Remember, it's only makeup. You can just take it off if you don't like it. But lower lashes, I feel like it just like balances out that top lash so well. So I'm gonna add my blush and highlighter now. I'm gonna use the BH Cosmetics Bellini blush palette for my blush. I'm gonna use a mixture of these two. I think, what do I wanna use today? I think I wanna use this color over here and maybe like this color in the middle. And I'm just gonna like kind of tap that into the cheek and just make sure to blend it into the bronzer. I just love blush, like it makes me happy. I don't know why I ever like disapproved of blush like in the past, because it's honestly like what the heck were you thinking? Like, look at this, it's so cute. So blush is on. I'm gonna go in with my highlighter now for my nose. Before I do that, I'm just gonna dust away this highlight that's been, or this bake on my nose, and then I'll apply my highlighter. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Gold. So for lips, I'm gonna go ahead and just do a nude because, you know, what else is new? That's me, I like nude. I'm gonna go in with the J-Cat Beauty Holy Addiction lip liner in shade brown. I know a lot of people like to like overline their Cupid's bow, but I actually don't do that. I just like to follow my natural lip line with my Cupid's bow, and I'll overline these sides of my mouth. Because I feel like the height of my Cupid's bow is fine. It's actually like these sides of my mouth that kind of need the extra volume. So I'm gonna go in with a second lip liner. This is another J-Cat Beauty lip liner in the Holy Addiction one, but this one's in deep brown. Mine's super small. I actually need to get a new one. I'm just trying to use something other than my Milk Cosmetics one in Edible, because I use that one like every single time I'm filming. So I just want to try and use something different, and I really like these ones. I'm gonna use the CoverGirl Outlast Ultimate liquid lipstick, and this one is a Love You Mocha. I like how we're doing a pumpkin spice latte inspired look, and this one is Love You Mocha. So it kind of goes. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Okay, CoverGirl, we see you. Man, this makes me want to just go full on matte lipstick, but I really wanted to use one of these glosses from Jordana Ticia. I feel like I'm going to mix colors together. Yeah, we're going to mix Clueless and Hun. So I'm going to go first in with Hun and do like a light swatch of that. And if it's too light, then I'll start to mix it. Oh no, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, and it has that peachy undertone that I love. I'm just gonna go in with some setting spray because we need some setting spray. I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Glow Cocoa Hydrating Mist. I really like this one because on top of the fact that it smells amazing, it just makes the skin look, you know, nice and hydrated. So I'm gonna use this. Alright guys, that is the look. I hope you enjoyed this hair and makeup tutorial. If you did, don't forget to let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget that all of the products that I use for this look, as well as the hair, are going to be listed down below in the description box. I always try to like put that type of information down below so you guys have like links and stuff like that to check out all the products that I use. Hopefully by the time that I put out this video, the Beats by Deb palette with Playing in Makeup with Yolando will be out to purchase, because as you can see, this palette is amazing. Like it's really good, and it's quickly become a favorite of mine. It's Black owned, it's with a Black creator, and there's just so many like positives around it, and I'm just like ready for everyone to kind of get their hands on it, because I just know that you guys are gonna love it just as much as I do. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the look. Don't forget that this t-shirt is from artist Untold, and if you would like to support the artist, definitely check out their website and use my coupon code for a little discount if you decide to purchase. It's an amazing way to support Black artists and support a Black owned brand as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm loving the way that this hair and makeup look came out. It's definitely giving me fall vibes. I don't know about like the pumpkin spice latte, you know, feels, but it's definitely giving me fall, and that's like the goal. So I definitely wanted to create a fall look, and I feel like we, you know, nailed that today. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and yeah, I love you guys, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.